Welcome to another episode of The Crimson Fly, where you can see the process of making the comic. My name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, and if you'd like a version of this video without the audio commentary, you can check out the links in the description below, or in the cards, or in the annotations when they appear on screen at the end of the video. Before we get started, today's music is Rolling at 5 by Kevin MacLeod. You can find a link to download it in the description below. For today's story, we are back to the main plot, back inside the abandoned factory with our viewpoint character, the little sibling, our mysterious gang member, Joe. Has his name actually been mentioned in comics yet? And his mysterious contact, who we shall refer to as the Go-Through. At least that's what he's called in the script notes, apparently. What's going on? A transaction of some sort, apparently. Involving weapons? That's kind of fishy. And usually peeps grabbing guns need them for a reason. I wonder what that could be. In terms of storytelling techniques, I have to admit, this one's a little mysterious. Actually, most of my Crimson Fly strips are mysterious. I mean, other than the peeps I just named, and one of them actually isn't a name, remember? Does anyone in the Crimson Fly have a full name that's actually been said on panel? And now that I put this seed in your head, you can't stop thinking about it, huh? I think part of the reason for that is that as a storyteller, and a fledgling one at that, I'm always afraid that I'm going to bore you as a reader. One of the easiest ways to keep readers engaged? Curiosity! Easiest way to generate curiosity? Suspense. What causes suspense? Mystery. And so, no one has a name, because it keeps the reader sticking around, at least until they get their answers. If getting satisfying answers is even the point at all. Another justification for the mystery is to decouple the characters and setting from both the readers and the time period when the book is created. Can't get attached if you don't know too much, right? Plus, it allows readers to focus more on the story. That being said, there's a danger there, though. The easiest thing to care about in a story is the characters, and if you don't have attached meaningful value to the character roles in the story because it's hard to invest in characters you don't know, well, why would readers care about the story? Thankfully, there is one thread tying everything together. Our main character, the Crimson Fly, who hasn't shown up yet. Shoot. But they will. Soon. In regards to composition, the main through line is the younger sibling poking their head where it really doesn't belong, and trying to get information on this secret meeting that they, and by extension, the audience, since the younger sibling is the audience proxy for the story, really shouldn't be listening in on. That's why the character has these insets in the composition to showcase them butting in further and further until it plays off in the last panel where they lean in too far. I think this could have been done better, though, by showcasing the character's center of gravity falling more and more off balance, either by showing more of their body or using the wheels to show this imbalance rather than the panel shapes. But, oh well, live and learn, right? There's not much to say in terms of color. We still have that very sickly, uncomfortable yellow going on. In this case, it's not meant to feel nauseous, but rather to communicate a sort of uncomfortable and claustrophobic tightness. Joe knows that this meeting could be disastrous if found out, and the younger sibling knows they're not supposed to be listening in on this meeting, so everybody's a little uncomfortable. Things start getting a little more uncomfortable as a weapon is introduced into the mix, and the colors start to shift accordingly, hence the introduction of a little red mood lighting. Still, I didn't want the red to overpower the yellow, since no one's in direct danger yet, so I muted it a little bit, and tempered it with a little bit of yellow so as to convey a slide from uncomfortableness to potential danger without taking it all the way. In terms of animation, this one's less about overt actions, bar the last panel, and more about the subtle ones. Using the panel animations, I'm trying to convey a sense of sneakiness in the younger sibling character, as well as how out of place they are. Hence why they pop in panel 2 and lean into frame in panel 4. Interestingly enough, I try to play with the established order by making the third panel appear before the second in the interactive version to make the characters seem more intrusive. However, they felt a little too intrusive, and so those particular panels were excised from the video version. There is some character animation, though, specifically in the last panel, because that action, falling out of the chair, was too dynamic to leave alone. Plus, it breaks up the lack of action. I did this with puppet animation, but I got lazy halfway through cleanup and didn't bother with the chair. Luckily, the chair is mostly off screen when the fall happens, so it's not that big of a deal. Funny story, the first half of the strip was done on my Surface Pro 2, while the latter half was done on my Cintiq Companion. The reason? Convenience. What I love about my Surface Pro 2 is that it is infinitely more portable than my Companion, and the add-ons both Microsoft and others have made it a great portable workstation, which unfortunately cannot be said for my Companion due to how big it is, as well as the Companion's add-ons don't really feel like they were designed to connect to the Companion. So I like to travel with my SP2. That being said, the SP2's pen driver are simply not comparable to the Cintiq Companions for obvious reasons. It's not a massive deal, but I prefer sketching in Flash on my Companion because it's seriously on a whole nother level. Will there be a device that meets both halfway? Well, technically it's still my SP2, since the pen drivers are still pretty good, but I'd love to see a Wacom device that was meant for portability just as much as artistic creation. And that's it for today's strip. Please, if you like what you saw, please subscribe and turn on notifications to keep seeing these videos. Also, don't forget to check out this video in its original interactive format. My name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, signing out, and I'll catch you peeps later!